Despite the blazing sun in Saudi Arabia, dark clouds are gathering over the kingdom, especially in the west and the vast region where its revolutionary urban planning project, Neom, is due to be built. The country had done its best to keep the sun shining around these four letters with worldwide communication campaigns. But this flagship project, largely the wish of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, is now seeing its future dimmed, especially its flagship project, the line. While on the construction side, smaller projects seem to be taking shape, Neom's weighed down by a relative drop in the kingdom's funding possibilities and rumors of drastic cuts to the line's worksite. In this new episode of Looking For, we'll explore all the turbulence shaking up this iconic Saudi Arabian project. It was news that sounded like a thunderclap in the skies over the line. On April 5, 2024, the news website Bloomberg published an article indicating that this futuristic construction, which aims to revolutionize current urban planning, will not be finished in 2030. Far from it. It has to be said that the initial project was ambitious. The aim was to build two parallel skyscrapers 500 meters high and 200 meters wide, stretching over 170 kilometers. A linear megacity promoted as eco-responsible and ultra-connected, it would eventually be home to some 9 million inhabitants. Citing a source who wished to remain anonymous and confidential documents they were able to access, Bloomberg's journalists claimed that by 2030, only 2.4 kilometers of the project will have been built, to accommodate 300,000 people. This information was widely picked up by the world's media, but has not been confirmed or denied by the kingdom. If confirmed, this drastic reduction of the project by 2030 would be a huge blow to the Neom's region's most emblematic construction project. However, it does not in itself represent a definitive end to what some specialists describe as an architectural utopia. Indeed, as we've explained at length in previous videos, the line was designed in modules that are almost independent of one another. With this vision of interconnected but independent modules, it's not impossible that a first part could be built before others are built later. But with the announced cutbacks, the project will probably take decades to complete, if it ever does. If confirmed, this mini-line could sound like a cruel disavowal for Saudi Arabia's crown prince, who's constantly promoted this project. In fact, he presented it as a key element of his global strategy, Vision 2030. This program aims to modernize the country and find a more sustainable economic model in anticipation of the end of the oil industry rent. To achieve this, the financial floodgates seemed open. The construction of the line alone was expected to cost around $335 billion according to the Saudi government, rising to $500 billion if the entire Neom region's taken into account. Estimates that would have to be doubled or even tripled to be realistic, according to some experts. From the outset, the investment's been mainly financed by the Public Investment Fund, Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund. But the economic signals sent out by the country are rather pessimistic. The Wall Street Journal noted that the fund's assets stood at $15 billion, its lowest level since it began reporting figures in 2020. Another worrying sign is that the Saudi government's public debt has been rising in recent years, reaching 27.5% of GDP, according to the French Ministry of the Economy. This figure should be put into perspective, as France's public debt stands at 110% of GDP. This gloomy backdrop is further exacerbated by the relatively low price of oil compared with previous years, which means that Saudi Arabia is no longer able to run on black gold. Lastly, in addition to Neom, the country's announcing an ever-increasing number of oversized projects. A Dragon Ball theme park or the construction of a 2-kilometer-high tower north of the capital, Riyadh, are just some of the latest mega projects to be financed. To get by, Saudi Arabia wants to attract foreign investors. But despite intense promotional campaigns, the returns are not living up to expectations. While Neom's masterminds were planning to bring in $100 billion a year in foreign investment, this figure stagnated at $17 billion a year between 2017 and 2022, according to Bloomberg. In another sign that the overall project is beginning to wind down, the huge seawater desalination plant due to break ground at Oxagon's been cancelled. Supported by French company Veolia and Japanese firm Itochu, the plant was to supply 30% of the drinking water needs of Neom's residents, industries, and businesses, according to specialized website Mead. The project was expected to cost between $1.5 and $2 billion. The joint development agreement between the parties has expired, and no further agreements have been reached. Neom explains that the cancellation of the project follows changes in forecasts for the region's water requirements. Nevertheless, the Neom project continues to move forward. But before we go any further, let me introduce War Thunder, the sponsor of our video. War Thunder is the most extensive vehicle combat game ever made and is available now for free on PC and consoles. Take control of over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships of 10 major nations, ranging from biplanes and armored cars of the 1920s to the fighter jets and main battle tanks of today. And if, like me, you can't get enough of customizing your vehicles, I highly recommend this game, as it features a comprehensive customization system with countless camouflages, historical markings, and decorations for all types of vehicles, including community-created ones. Dive into War Thunder's intense combat, where incredibly detailed vehicles, stunning graphics, and realistic sound effects put you in command of the most powerful war machines of our time. And if you don't have a state-of-the-art computer, don't worry. War Thunder runs on the in-house developed Dagor engine, which is heavily optimized to deliver a lag-free experience with impressive visuals and high frame rates even on lower-end machines. But that's not all. By playing War Thunder, you join a global community of over 70 million players in epic PvP battles today. With an unmatched wealth of high-quality content to discover, there's simply no game better suited for fans of military history. Play War Thunder for free on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox now by using my link in the pinned comment or video description. New players and those who haven't played in 6 months will also receive a massive bonus pack on all platforms, including multiple premium vehicles, the exclusive vehicle decorator Eagle of Valor, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of a premium account. This is a limited time offer, so don't lose time. Now back to Neom. In a recent promotional video, progress on the various construction sites is highlighted. While the lines mentioned vary succinctly, with only a few seconds to spare, there's more time to present Sindalah. This island, designed as a paradise for wealthy travelers, is nearing completion. On the shores of the Red Sea, this luxury island is scheduled for delivery in 2024. Even so, this deadline seems hard to meet, although work is progressing rapidly. The structures of the luxury hotels are now visible, and leisure facilities such as the golf lawns stand out on images. For the time being, no official opening date has been announced. The emphasis is more on partnerships with luxury hotel chains than on the working conditions of the site's workers. It has to be said that, after years of announcements and 3D promotional videos, the Saudi Kingdom wants to move ahead more quickly, not least to meet a schedule they've set themselves. Such is the case with the Trojena site, the famous futuristic ski resort to be built in the Hejaz Mountains. Trojena has been awarded the Asian Winter Games in 2029. Official images, as well as videos and snapshots posted on social networks, show that major construction work is underway in the region, with a heavy presence of construction machinery. Pro-government sources claim that excavation and leveling of the future ski resort is complete. This information should be treated with caution, as it's not been officially confirmed. However, one thing is certain. The first of 5,200 trucks arrived in Trojena on July 28, 2024 to deliver part of the 130,000 tons of steel that will be used to build the resort village. But the pace will have to be stepped up if all the promises made in the presentation videos are to be fulfilled. From the ski slopes to the huge water reservoir to the 330-meter-high skyscraper. Another project announced with great fanfare is Oxagon, a city half-built on stilts that's to be the industrial heart and port of a region the size of Belgium. Like the line, very few images are circulating on the progress of the work, but the structure of the future port is beginning to take shape in certain shots. According to official announcements, the first terminal is due to open in 2025. As with Neom's other construction sites, the biggest advances concern the living quarters of the workers responsible for building the various sites. And there are a lot of them, with some 140,000 people working in this immense region, according to Neom. Another piece of information newly revealed in June by Neom is Magna, a luxury coastal destination grouping together the various tourist sites highlighted in recent months, but under a single banner. In all, 11 projects spread over 120 kilometers, each in its own way to associate Neom and Saudi Arabia as a first-class destination for affluent tourists. Golf fan? Then head for Gidori, a seaside resort with a spectacular hotel complex to which will be added a world-class golf course, according to the organizers. Rising out of the coastal landscape, 190 luxury apartments and a series of restaurants and boutiques are planned. Nearly 200 villas will also be built around the golf course. Finally, an 80-room luxury hotel will complete the offering. Ever larger and more impressive, the various sites announced in recent months remain in the vein of Neom's first announcements, even if their size and ambition is more restricted. Where the line aimed to accommodate up to 9 million people, Jammer is targeting 6,000 residents. They'll be divided between the 500 apartments and 700 villas arranged around the marina. Once again, the 3D images are sensational, with constructions that look like something out of a science fiction movie. As for the rest, it's difficult to predict today what will actually see the light of day, and in which shape. The challenges posed by this unique construction site are immense, and the reality of certain projects is already becoming apparent. It remains to be seen how Saudi Arabia will face and overcome them. And if you want to keep up to date with the latest developments, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. Thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to play it for free on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox now by using my link in the pinned comment or video description. New and returning players that haven't played in 6 months will also receive a massive bonus pack across all platforms, including multiple premium vehicles and other goodies. Available for a limited time only, so make sure not to miss it. In the meantime, I'll see you soon on Looking For.